So posting the entries internally in Nakisa, we have three options to do so. The first option is we can do it manually. And the second option is we can post it in batches. And the third option we have is we can post by scheduled postings. So I'll start off with the basic one, which is on the user interface. We can post them on the UI. I'm just going to share my screen for the solution. In the solution on the default page, we will go and click on the main menu. I will go back and click on the contract landing page. And I'm looking to post entries for a contract on the UI. So I will search my contract. I'll press on these three dots on the main menu here. I will select view postings. And we can see that the postings are in blue and it says post on the schedules. So for the period one, which is January 1st, 2021, if you would like to post the entry for the payment, accrual, and asset depreciation, you have to manually click post. You have to click the document date. You have to choose one. And you have to choose the posting date. And we can click on post, and this will turn green and say posted. And it says posted internally. And as well as we can see the entry it has posted. The same can be done for the accrual and the asset depreciation. So this can be done one by one. It obviously takes longer, but if there needs to be an entry being posted on the UI for a contract, one particular entry, you can post it like this. I'll go back and show you how we can post the entries in a batch.
Oh, 1 second, Ruchika, we have a question. Go ahead, Alejandro.
Question, the posting date and the document date, which are the correct days? I mean, I know that it depends on which IFRS accounting method you're using, but I see that, for example, in that one that you have posted, you put document date 1 of January 1st, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And then in the other one is November 20. I don't know
Yes.
if, obviously this is a test, I understand, but which are the correct dates that you need to put according to your accounting standards?
Are you talking about the posting date?
Posting and document date.
Okay. So the document date is based on when your payments are being made, right? And the posting date is based on what posting your open period is available. I have left it on 11th of 28th of November 2023. But if your posting date open period, if it's not connected, you can only post the open period, right? Is that okay, Katalina?
Um, yes, definitely, and then maybe I'll pitch in a little bit here. So the document date is at user discretions, Alejandro. They can put whatever date they choose. It's simply a date at which that particular entry is made. That date can be important for reconciliation purposes, but it's really at user's discretion. The posting date, in turn, does have a bigger influence because it is the date at which, for example, the system is picking up the exchange rate for the recognition of that entry. But it is also, as Ruchika was saying, has to be in line with what posting period, what fiscal period is open, either in Nakisa itself or for connected system. You need to also take into consideration the ERP. So it's not really about the standard. It's most about the settings that you have both in Nakisa and in your ERP and the internal policies.
Okay, thank you, Katalin.
You're very welcome. Just to mention, because we covered the important dates in Nakisa in previous session, I believe a couple of times. So in our portal in office hours, we do have, and on our YouTube channel, we do have the capsules on important dates in Nakisa. So you can always go back and check that. Go ahead, Ruchika.
Okay, so going back here on the PowerPoint, so just show you on the slide. I just put a snapshot here, which will be available after the session is over. That we have the 3 columns whereby we have the 3 different types of postings available. Anybody has a question on manual posting other than one we have right now? Okay. For the second option we have to post the journal entries is batch posting. And this can also be done on the default page, the main solution page, available to all the users. You will here. So we go to the main menu. We choose the option batch management. So you have 2 options here. Either you can use an existing batch and copy it and modify it, or you can create a new batch. So we will create a new batch here. The next option we have is a batch type. And in our case, we are doing a batch posting. So I will select this one. I'll submit it. Now we have these 4 tabs to be completed. These are mandatory sections to be completed. So we will start with the first one, definition. And I will select, clicking on this small pen sign, I'll select it to be a contract level. You have options to either poach your posting to be as a batch posted by contracts, activation, or units. I'm only selecting one contract for now, for the first example. I'll click Save. I will give it a name. In this case, we're going to post the 3 columns I mentioned before, the post accrual and depreciation for this particular contract. Then I'll go on Actions. And as we said, you have an option to post just payments, accrual, post depreciation, post a charge, or post all postings which are above. So I'll select this one. We have other options to reverse each of them mentioned above the 4 items, but we will just cover the postings for now. It gives us an error on the top until all the tabs have not been completed. I'll click on filters. As in when we complete a section, it becomes in the black color, the font, and the blue or yellow font, the red font remains as is until we have to make the selection. I'm going to click bulk contracts here, and I'm going to select one contract as mentioned before. By clicking the drop-down menu, I can actually copy paste a contract number. Here. And then we click on this small check mark to confirm that this is the contract we would like to post the entries for. And then we can click on input. In this section, we have to define what entries do you want to put from the dates, from which date to which date starting from and ending to. Or we can just click on the schedule period dates, and it will post the entries from the defined dates. Here I can add the dates. If you want to show, if I want to show you, I can show you what happens before and after. And me, I'm going to go on the contract page landing, or I can actually search it here, the contract I'm looking for. And I want to show you how the entries are. So if I go on view postings, I will see right now that these entries have not been posted yet. So my selection period, I want to start posting in a batch from February 1st, 2022, say until June 30th, 2022. So I come back on the section and I say post from February 1st until 30th. This is 2022. With me. So I'm going to save it again. And now once I've done all my selections that have been properly completed, there is no error on the red banner popping on the top here, as well as I can click on generate and run. So I'm clicking on generate and run because I would like to post the entries right now. The third option I'm going to show will actually schedule for future dates. So that's why I'm showing the difference. I'm telling the difference between the two. Once we click on generate and start running the postings, it will say the status is running and it will change as and when the postings are being done. I can come back and refresh it here. I can come here as well and I can click on refresh to see if any entries have been posted. It doesn't look like. And also we can click on the batch items. Now this was not available before, but the minute I have clicked on batch items, it tells us that this contract, which has this name, the job status is running. It was started on what date and what time, and once it's finished, it will give another timestamp on it. I would like to refresh one more time to see if posting. Okay, so now it says status is done. And I can actually open the contract directly from here. It'll bring me to the same place as before. And I don't think it's the same contract, it was not posted. Search again. Okay.
Ruchika, can we maybe check your inputs in this one and
Yes.
so stay a bit in the inputs?
Yes. I think I did not post the right date.
Yeah, you chose from 2022 to 2022 June, and your contract is this is not your contract. The other contract is started in 2023.
Okay, so I can actually copy this contract quickly. This batch. And it will have some of the filters already. And I will change the dates. Okay. Wait 1 second. I just want to check the dates again. Just make sure. Okay. So it's Jan 1st as I had. Okay. So now we're looking at the right contract, hopefully. Um, I'm gonna close this batch and see. One. Refreshing this schedule to see if it's posting my entries. Lena, do you know why it's not working?
It it's going to work. I'll let it refresh, and while this one is processing, let's walk the users to the schedule postings.
Okay. The schedule postings. The job postings, batch postings can also be done on in ahead. You can schedule the postings to happen. For example, if you want to have the posting to be posted at end of the month, they can automatically be scheduled on the manager page, and I'll show you how it is done. It can be posted, batches can be done for depreciation only, accruals, payments, or any other variable charges that you may have. And the filtering can be done by MLA contracts and activation groups. I'll go back and show you on the manager page. We have to choose the manager page. And in the manager page, we can click on the main menu here, and we click on scheduled posting jobs. It'll bring us back here on the landing page, whereby we can see what scheduled jobs have been created already. I will create a new one. I will give it a name. Then we have to select what time we would like it to run. Run job at midnight every time it's scheduled to run. We can change it. Say if you want it to be 6 o'clock in the morning, it will run at 6 o'clock in the morning. Posting types, we have the options same as before. The poster payments, poster accruals, depreciation, and post charges if you have any. The contract criteria, we can have it to be default or bulk master agreements or bulk contract agreements. If we choose default, we have all these options. And if I again want to choose only one contract, it will show me a similar menu as before. I can select one contract if I want. I'll pick one. I will copy it. And then I click confirm. The posting parameters. In this section, I will use the dates. Now to be again sure I'm posting the right dates, I can come back here on the default page and I'll just search for that contract. Hit contract and I'll post my contract. Example 1. So we can see it's all blue and it says post, means they've not been posted. And I would like it to get posted every month and all the postings to be done from January 1st, 2017. I'll say use schedule dates. By saying use schedule dates, it will actually post, so for example, the payment date. If I click on it, I'm not going to post it. If you are saying that the first payment date is 15th, if I go on the contract and I go on terms and conditions, and I see that the first payment date is January 15, 2017. So coming back here, when I say use scheduled period dates, it is going to use the dates, the journal entry scheduled as to be the first payment date will be January 15th, and the depreciation will be the end of the month, January 31st, 2017. And I would like it to run the schedule. And then schedule, I would like it to run on the month ends. We can click on create schedule. And after we create the schedule, it tells us when is the upcoming schedule dates to run a contract. Since I said the month and date, it's choosing today's the November 20th. It's going to choose November 30th as a month and date. Next will be December as it's monthly. But if you need to run it right now, go ahead, Katrina. You ever say something, Katrina?
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was on mute anyway.
And if you want to run the schedule now, even though it's scheduled, you see a triangle here for a play. It will say run now. But in case the example I've chosen was 2017, but if you choose an example for the year 2023 and you have to run next month's November, December, you will see that it will run actually these days. I'll just run it just to show you that it will have a similar, it's supposed to have a similar action as my batch postings, which did not happen for the first time because of my confusion of the contract number. But we'll see, you see all these postings have been posted now. I can refresh it. And as you can see, all the entries have been posted. So we had scheduled the job. If I did not press on the play now, means run now, it would not have posted anything yet. If it was 2023 and our schedule dates were meant to be running on the month and dates, or November 30th, it would have run all of them that we see above here, posted for the period 2017, January 2017. And if I want to see, it has posted all the entries until the end of the month.
Ruchika, can you show us the posting date here for payments?
Yeah, it'll be as scheduled.
Okay,
Or I
so
could pick
it's
another one. It will, because I chose the option, use the schedule dates.
okay.
It's going to use those dates.
So okay, so can you please explain more on the posting parameters?
What do you mean by the posting parameters?
So if you go back to the scheduled page, the manager page, right? So we have the posting parameters here. So if suppose if I don't want to use schedule period dates, I want to execute this job on a particular date, right? So how can we schedule, let's say if I want to make sure all my payments should run it on 25th of every month.
Okay. Then we
Or
have to schedule plan. That's not posting parameter. Then you're scheduling when would you like it to run. Your
so
question
every
is
month,
when would you like to run, right? Not post.
no. So for example, every month 25th, I want to make a postings for payments,
Yeah.
right? And accruals make it as 26th. So how can we schedule that one?
Then you
So,
will just choose. Go
yeah,
ahead.
Manjula, so on the scheduling, what Ruchika chose right now is you schedule posting date, so the ones that were predefined. If you want to choose specific ones, but is something that you want to change every month or you want to have it the same every month?
No,
Because
same as every month. Let's say if I want to make it same as every month, I want make sure the payment should pick up all the data inclusive of the last month. So now the one which we are showing is 15th as a posting date, scheduled date. It's not necessary for me. Depreciations also should post with the same posting date.
well, the 15 is because that was what was in the schedule, but then you can pinpoint in the schedule run to the specific date that you want. So that's the difference here because we are planning. You need to go from the month end. You need to go 5 days. It will be minus 5 days. If you want to change the date, you can do that through the user interface with the batch posting that Ruchika showed before. And then you can specify the exact posting date. Like you said, November 25. This is something that will be only once. So then you can use the option from the user interface.
No, I'm saying every month I want to make sure that I want to generate a scheduled 25th.
So then what you need to do is put -5 here from the month end dates.
Okay.
In that case, it will run for the month, but 5 days before the month end.
Right. So can you open the posting parameters, Ruchika, just for a minute? So post from on which month? It's wide open right now. So anything which can be possible prior to that month, right? All the postings are open prior to
It will
that.
be posted.
It will be
Exactly.
posted for everything.
Exactly. So this is exactly what happened in my example. My example was starting in 2017, and it's run everything from 2017 until the end of the contract.
So what's the difference here? You scheduled period dates, I get it. So what's the difference with you until end of scheduled run month?
Right. In that case, the in last schedule run month was actually 2018, right? That we saw in my example.
Yeah.
That's why it run up until then. Your question is if you want to run only for a specific period.
No, see, I want to schedule a job for the whole 1 year, so I don't want it any manual intervention here. So,
Right.
for
So I
example, if
going go
I
ahead.
I just want to make sure you schedule period dates. I can understand that at that pace. I want to know until end of schedule run month. So how system will differentiate based on the post payments, post accrual, post period dates, based on the use scheduled period dates or until month and date.
So your scheduling, as I said, you can use your use schedule period date. And
Okay.
according to my understanding, what you should have is you should have one scheduled posting job for payments, one
Yeah.
posting job for accrual, and one for posting depreciation. In our
Correct.
case, we have them same, right? That way, if you want to run, say, payments run every 15th of the month, then and you want to post that, right? You could change the date. Where do you want to post it? For example, you want depreciation to be posted on 28th of each month, then you do -3 or -4, depending on the day that you want. Not the month date. If I don't do this, it's going to post on the Jan 31st, 2017.
So it
Right? If I
again
have the zero.
depends on number of dates. For example, some months it might have 30 days and some months it have 30, and Feb it might have 28 or 29 dates. So whatever it dates, if I'm choosing it, it will not be consistent same date, but possible that -2 or -3, whichever we are choosing, three
Based on the
days
month
prior
and
it
date.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
based on the month and date.
So
If you
I'm
want to
just
keep it safe, it's better to if you want to put 26th month and date minus
But
Will it work for
you
February?
also have the monthly. If you click on the monthly, you will choose the
Mhm.
every whatever, if you have something something in mind, Manjula. But sometimes it's easier with the month and date, because if you want 2 or 3 days before the month end, that would be depending on the month end.
Okay.
If you want a specific date, you use the monthly. If you want to tie your schedule to the month end, you use the month end.
But dates will be picked up based on the month and date, scheduled period dates.
Yes, but if you want, like Ruchika is showing right now, if you want to run it every time on the 27th, you have the choice to choose monthly.
Okay.
So this is really up to how you want to do it. And your question before about the schedule, because what Ruchika did right now, her contract was starting in 2017. So that if Ruchika, if you open the posting parameters in here, just no, just above the posting parameters.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah. So Ruchika chose until end of the schedule run month. Your run month, if you can see, like the next one available is November 30th. So what this is doing is posting everything for that is open up to this running date.
Okay.
So to your question, Manjula, if you want to catch up new contracts, new everything that was not posted, you absolutely need to select this.
Yeah, so we don't want to post it with the future postings. It should be
Exactly,
only.
exactly. So that's why this is important, because it's about the run month. So yes.
Okay, so previous also shouldn't require to be posted. Let's say if I have a scheduled postings for the 5 months, we didn't make a posting. So we initiated a contract. Let's say January 2020.
Then you have to choose the post from, if you don't want to post in the past, if you want to leave them open, for example.
No, so I'm okay to make it the past postings, but only
Oh,
thing is I'm okay to make the past postings of periods. Future past periods will not be open, right? So whenever we are, I mean, our users are creating contracts 6 months or 7 months later, right? For some XY reasons or approvals are getting delayed, or maybe when vendors are
yeah.
being delayed
I
for some
I
reasons.
I
Yeah, so we
understand what you mean. So then you can't use, as Ruchika used, the use schedule period dates. You need to leave that open. And then you say post from whatever, or if you want to leave it from the beginning, that's fine too, with the understanding that it posts everything up to the running date. And then it will be the posting date, it will be depending on what you choose in the schedule plan.
schedule plan will not have the posting date here.
It will be based on that. So the posting date will take that one. If you don't choose the use schedule period, your posting date, it will be the same as your schedule plan.
Okay, so it will be always current month. I don't want to choose the use schedule period for some reason. Say, knowing the fact we know that there will be some open contracts wasn't been there. There is still we
Yeah,
have
you
to make some
always
catch
want
up.
to have it in the current period. I understand. So then you have to not choose use schedule
Okay.
period dates.
So until end of a scheduled run month is basically to make sure that system is not hitting to the future postings.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
But it
Yeah.
but it picks up everything that it's open in the past, and it will be posting in your current period.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Ruchika. Thanks, Kathleen.
You're welcome. So Ruchika, if you come back now to the front end, you can show that that batch that you started, maybe close everything and go back to the batch. It will be the first one there.
Yeah.
Yes, that one.
Center.
And if you go to batch items, and you will get directly to your contract. And if you now you posted from January to June.
Yeah, and it says posted internally.
All right. So we did a recap through the three choice of postings that we had. We spent a little bit more time that we intended. I don't know, Haley, Ruchika, do we have time to go to the month reconciliation and attack at least one report?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, go ahead.